or and then it don't realize. Sometimes people offend you and they don't realize that they offended you, right?
Right.
Sometimes people hurt you and sometimes they don't know they hurt you.
Right.
So it's good because you getting it off your chest when you say, Father, forgive them because they don't know what they just did.
Right.
Or sometimes I say it when somebody done made a mess of a situation and made it worse.
Right.
I'd be like, they don't know what they did. They don't know they just opened up the hole. They don't know they just opened up a mountain. They don't even know they just made a mess of the situation. Father, forgive them because they don't even know what they're doing. So Jesus is saying, Father, forgive them because they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what? They were killing who? The Son of God.
Right.
The Messiah.
The Messiah. They didn't realize who he really was. Because the devil tricked them and made them think that he was false. Made him think that this God he had wasn't real. Made him think that this Jesus was not the Messiah. The devil is really cunning. And he schemes. He got games. He got schemes. And he tricks. And that's exactly what he did. He tricked them.
Yeah.
And made them think, this ain't your God. Because if this was your God, he would be doing what? Fighting. Because they was ready for war. They wasn't ready for peace. They didn't realize Jesus was the lamb. And what did we do? What did we talk about the lamb before? What did we say about the lamb?
Sacrifice.
The lamb was the sacrifice. And what did they have to do to the lamb? They had to cut it open. What came out? Blood. Right? And remember I told you now that in the Old Testament, they had the lamb as a sacrifice. And they laid it on the altar. And in the New Testament, who became that lamb? Jesus. And on that cross, they pierced him in his side. And what came out? Blood and water. And we talked about blood and water. Blood and water are witnesses on the earth. Remember, inside of you is blood and water. And inside of you, with your blood and your water, I can probably tell you what's going on in the inside of you. Because your blood witnesses what's happening. So blood and water is also witnessing what's happening on the earth. There's a lot of blood being shed on the earth. And that blood is going to testify. Remember when Cain got killed?
Yeah.
And his blood cried out. There is life in your blood. There is life in your blood. Remember the blood covenants? That's why we was talking about that last week. And y'all all some people cut themselves and y'all put spit on it or something. Y'all was saying you remember that?
Blood sisters.
Yeah, blood sisters, right?
Yeah.
So that's why blood is so important. So he's saying, Lord, forgive them. That was a big statement for Jesus to make. He could have said, Father, take care of them.